Let's do this. Welcome to Seth's Guide to Pit, how to play mallets general. We're just gonna go over like how to hold the mallets with 2 mallets, 1 mallet, where to hit, stuff like that. We're gonna talk about like this is everything about mallets that is universal around mallet instruments. You know, like you're gonna hold the mallet this way either way if you're on here or the bells. It's not gonna change. How to hold mallets. 1 mallet. There are 3 main ways to hold 1 mallet. The first one is German. That's what we use, or aim for. That means the thumb's to the side, and it's up like this. The second way is called French, where the thumb's on top. The third way is American, which is kind of in between. This is German, French, American. We aim for German, and we go straight down, straight up, with our wrists. French, they kind of do like a fishing kind of thing. You know, like they use some finger, they use a good amount of arm, or not good amount, but like some arm, and then a lot of wrists too. But in a different way. Like they're going like this, we're going like this, with German. And then there's American, which is what everyone ends up doing, which is in between. It's just like basically German, but your thumb is being lazy. Okay, so with drumming, right? Imagine this is a drumstick. This is a timbale stick, but imagine it's a drumstick, right? If I'm playing drums, I'm gonna want to hold it like this. This is the main fulcrum, or this is the front fulcrum. The fulcrum is like where you pinch it. So that's how you do it for drums, right? For mallets, you're gonna want to hold in the back 3 fingers, and then lightly rest your thumb and pointer on the top. I did not mean to hit. Don't do that. Do not hit marimbas with drumsticks. No, that's terrible. Do not ever do that. Back 3 fingers. Okay, yeah, so try not to choke up on the mallet. Like this is what we call choking up on the mallet, which basically means like you're holding way too far up. Now we don't want like this either, you know. Oh look, I'm playing mallets. Here's good. Concert like mallet thing, apparently do something like this, where it's like not like this and like lightly, it's like kind of like wrapping the, I don't know. Just toy around with it. I've heard that like for like symphony, you're gonna want to hold the stick as lightly as possible, and yes, like as lightly as possible, like barely. The more the more you grip the mallet for timpani, the worse the sound is, the less natural it sounds. I'm pretty sure that should translate to everything else in percussion, including drums, but who am I to say? I feel like you just toy with it, honestly. Like, if I don't know the answer right now, I can probably toy with it for like 15 minutes and just figure it out. Next, 2 mallet grips. There are 3 main different ways to hold 2 mallets in one hand at once. The main way for marching band and drum corps is like the older brother of marching band. Stevens grip. So you're gonna want to hold 1 mallet like this, these 2 fingers, the other mallet like stabbed into your palm, and middle finger is like resting it, and then like your pointer and thumb grab onto the inside mallet. Okay. We just learned this today, and I'm glad that we learned this today. So if you hold 1 mallet, right, it should be loose enough for you to be able to wiggle it, and then like the head stays in the same place. That's what you're aiming for. And then if you hold only 1 mallet Stevens grip inside, you should be able to write your initials on your palm, like S, M, oh, this is weird. Yeah, you should be able to do that. That should be the amount of, like, looseness on your palm. Apparently. I haven't had no time to test this, and everyone says something different. Like, every teacher will say something different, honestly. So, that's something to think about. In the end, as long as you sound good and you don't look like an idiot, like, you should be fine. That's kind of like the main rule of music, I feel like. Is it really? I don't know. But if you look fine, you don't look like an idiot, and your sound is good, then you should be fine. With that in mind, do not do this. That's called looking stupid. And it doesn't even sound good either. So, okay, that was the main way. We want to use Stevens grip because it generates more power. The other 2 grips don't generate as much like power for like inside and outside mallets. So, yeah. Marching band, we're on a field, right? We need microphones to amplify our sound, right? We're gonna want to play as loud as possible with 2 mallets in one hand. So we like using this. Other two ways, Burton, which is a cross grip, where the mallets cross inside your hand. I'm not an expert on this, nor traditional, which is the other grip. Oh god. This is traditional. Oh god! This is traditional. This is Burton. Yeah, so I'm not an expert on either of them. I toyed with Burton. You're gonna want to hold a mallet like normal, and there should be a mallet that slides in between your palm and the mallet you're holding. And it goes in between these two fingers. So like this, and then down slide, and then your ring finger, I'm not flipping you off, your ring finger should hold the bottom of the mat. Whoa. I'm no expert. Don't look at me and be like, yeah, that guy's doing it perfectly all the time. No, I'm just a high schooler, okay? Last but not least, traditional. So you're gonna wanna hold, oh boy. Hold the mat normally, right? Take your pointer finger, wrap it around the other side. Not wrap, but like move it to the other side, right? So now you should be able to do this. So you go in between, right? You should be able to pinch, be like a crab. Traditional. I'm not good at it. Last time I did traditional actually though was like freshman year. That's like 3 years ago. So yeah, traditional. Like I said, we like to use Stevens grip. So unless like you're incredibly awkward with your hands or just already experienced with like Burton or traditional, I'd start learning Stevens grip. This one. The fun one, the one that like hurts you. Like you should get a blister in the center of your hand. And also one right here. On your middle finger. That means like you're practicing enough, right? Because like this is stabbing into your hand, not like through obviously, but like, you know, it's not like this. That's not what's happening. This is what's happening. So it's just gonna push into your palm again now. So you gotta have blisters, and then they're gonna turn to calluses, which are like blisters but healed, but they're tougher now, and they don't hurt. So now it's like armor. You have armor against Stevens grip. Next. Oh yeah, Stevens grip, swear to God, keep your thumbs up. You see that thumbnail? It should be pointing to the ceiling. Not like this. Not like even this. Like this. Okay? Thumbs pointed up. Not that way. Up. Don't play like this. Play like this. Okay? Thumbs up. Yeah? Yeah. Also, it should not be like choking up like this. Because now, like, look at the board. Like, it's just not, yeah. So you don't want it generally as far down as possible. Obviously, don't be like doing, like holding it with one finger now, you know, don't do that. But like, here's a good distance apparently. I got used to it like this, which is choking up a little bit. Because see like that difference in height. This is better. I'm trying to get used to it, but like, it's kind of hard. Yeah, and like all these two mallet grips are gonna take a while to get used to. But at least like you know how to do it and are approaching it in that way. Unlike how in middle school or whatever, you probably like just held it however you wanted and then just hit the thing however you wanted. But now you have to take that time to undo that muscle memory and then like input this, like German/American. Try to go for German. If you do American, oh well, it's fine. Right, golden rule, like as long as you don't look stupid and you look and like you sound good, you're fine. Yeah, don't play like this. This is stupid. Oh, I did it. Okay. Yeah, so like I suck. How to hit the bar in general. You're not gonna want to hit the surface of the bar. You're gonna want to hit the floor. No. You're not going to want to hit the surface of the bar. You're going to want to hit, like, through the bar. So when they say play through the bars, that means stop, like, going like this. Right? Like, play solid into it. A good way to, like, practice this probably is just to hit, and it's like, sit there, and then raise it back up. And then, like, once you start wanting to go faster, you can, like, decrease the amount of time in between. And then you can just get like this. That's playing through the bars versus like playing on top of the bars. Like that's what we call ghosting it. like where you like kind of play the note, but like you ghosted it, right? Right. Another thing, no prepping. This is a huge issue. Not huge. It used to be really big, but now I think that we're getting better at it. So generally, you're gonna want to have your mallets like a pizza slice, which is like a triangle here, like this, and you're just gonna want to go straight down. Yeah, that is what we want. We do not want this. You see how I'm raising it first? That's bad, generally. The whole reason why we have the pizza thing is that the mallet that's not playing can keep the height, and then like the mallet that is playing can return to that height, and then we have a reference point, right? So if I'm playing, I can return to the top of the microphone and know where that height is. Here, I'm like without the microphone, I have to like kind of guess and like keep focus on like where it used to be, right? Which takes thought time, right? Like, thought time. It takes thinking, right? And you already have enough to think about. If you're mindlessly hitting notes and playing well, you're not doing music right. You should always have something to think about, always, because there's so many variables. The less you have to like worry about, the better. So that's why we have pizza. This recording is going a lot better than yesterday. I'm actually kind of thankful. Piston stroke versus legato stroke. So what I've been doing this whole video is piston, which is like your mallet goes down the same speed it comes back up. So like a piston. Like legato is like slower. You know, like the mallet is not stop moving. Versus piston is like that. Versus legato would be like ba 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 piston ba 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 ba. Pa, 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 right? So, piston. Yeah, if you want to know which type of stroke to use at what time, ask the pit tech or pit leader or center marimba. Or whatever. Okay, playing zones. This is a bar. These are the strings, right? I talked about this in a different video. The strings are holding up the bars. Where we want to hit is dead center in the bar, not up here. It's just softer if you hit on the strings, and it makes the crappier sound. It's just bad. Don't not play here. Play as in the center as possible. You'll see like the circles, those are like the resonators. Yeah, so like you'll see like the circle, it's like a tube, right? That's what this is. Oh, you can't probably see it. You probably can't see it, but like, yeah, there's like resonators under, those are the tubes. Those make it louder. You'll learn it in physics in junior year. So you're gonna wanna play right above the resonators. Okay, so that's what you're gonna wanna hit. And don't forget, play through the bars, pizza, not prep, that's bad. Lastly, arm to wrist ratio. You want to mostly be using your wrist, not your arm. Play like this, you have to move your entire arm, and that uses a lot more energy than just doing this. And you also have to like move a lot faster. You want to use your wrist, because smaller muscles move faster, and they use less energy. Like, small muscles are twitchy. Big muscles are like, not twitchy. And uses less energy, right? Therefore, it dies out slower. You should be able to use small muscles a lot longer. Okay, how to hit the bar with 2 mallets. How to turn the wrists with Steven's grip. So, it's interesting. We also learned this earlier today. Mr. Pit Tech, for right now, said it's not just doing this, which we already knew. It's also a little bit of arm, and that increases the velocity, right? So you're not just doing this, but you're also doing this. And like, if you just think of it that way, it doesn't help that much. Actually, oh wait, I'm stupid. Maybe it does. Okay, generally, you're gonna want your outside knot not to move that much. It's okay if it wiggles a little bit. It doesn't have to be like perfectly still, impossibly still. No one does that. It can move, but like it shouldn't be like doing this while you're playing. You know, it shouldn't be like. I can't even do it. Okay, yeah, it shouldn't be doing. It shouldn't be doing that. Like, even that That's not that great, but it's acceptable. Okay, I'm doing it now. I have to work on that. Okay. Yeah, it shouldn't be going crazy. That being said, there are several ways to stop it from doing that. Because, like, if you just do this, it's obviously going to move. That's me just doing this. So, some ways to fix it are, like what I just said, the arm way. So, like, you start up like this, because you're holding that, it'd be like this. And then down and use your arm. You shouldn't be going like this, but you should be going like this, I guess. We just learned this earlier today too. The way I learned kinda is not just doing this, but you also kinda do this when you're playing with your inside mallet. So flat, and then like you do both at the same time. You do this when you're raising up, and you do this. Not like this much, that's crazy, but like a little bit, right? So now, if you look at my outside mallet, it's not moving that much. I mean it is, but like not that much. The same goes vice versa for the outside mallet. Instead of doing this though, like you do with the outside or inside mallet, you're doing this now with the outside mallet. Once again, oh wait, no, I did that out of camera. Okay. You're not only turning your wrist like this, but you're also raising it like this a little bit. So it'd be like that. That's a way I learned. And that's what I kind of tried to teach myself to do. There's probably even more ways than those two to do it, but that's all I know. If you're really curious, just ask Pit Tech. He should probably know. Pit Eater might also know. And or Center Marimba. Okay, so yeah, for both, like if I'm playing with the inside mallet only, the outside mallet should try to be still. And try to accomplish that, but not be super tight, right? You're gonna wanna like be loose. Like I don't think there's anything in the world that you should do tight.
It's called skill.
Because tight is inefficient. You just build up a lot more lactic acid and stuff, right? So, okay, next, one hand rolling. I suck at this. One hand rolling is basically just rolling 2 notes with one hand. Like one hand rolling is just this. There's a good video by Knopper, who's a YouTuber who like has good videos on snare drum mostly, but also some on like timpani and marimba. Because if you're interested, maybe at some point the Pit will have to do one hand rolls. I'm glad I don't have to be here for that. But yeah, so that should be a good video for that. They got like a pro doing it. Like they got a pro marimba soloist. Next, how to play double verticals. A double vertical is just like if you have 2 mallets and just goes up and down. So you're playing 2 notes at the same time. And then like the same thing would be if I was holding a mallet in this and I'd be doing both at the same time. Yeah, so double verticals like that. How to play double verticals with 2 mallets in one hand though. Yeah, it's just this. You can use some arm, obviously, but it should be mostly wrist. It will be uncomfortable. If it's that uncomfortable, you can try mixing a little bit of arm. If it's that uncomfortable, either you're doing something wrong, or you can experiment with the arm a little bit, because you might not be using like any, which, I mean, that's not terrible. I mean, it's better than using all arm, no wrist. That's not, like, you gotta cut that out if you're doing that. Yeah, so try to aim for like 90% wrist, 10% arm or something, I don't know. Numbers. Okay, right, okay, so, there's an exercise, right? Where you have 1, 2, 5, 8. So C, E, G, C. For those of you who don't know, that's a major chord, standard major chord. So the exercise is like, you move up chromatically. So it'd be like, there is more to that exercise than just that, and there's probably different ways to play that. Notice how I'm moving my body. So like if I have to do, don't be like me. So we start off at C, E, G, C, right? And then we move up to D flat, which would be D and F, or D flat F, right? So instead of doing this and being awkward, and now it's like tilted like that to do this, move your body. Still try to aim for the center of the resonators. If you can't, the very edge of the board is good. It's not as good sound quality, but it'll work. So once again, and same goes for doing this. Yes, let's play like this. Move your body. Yeah, so you're gonna want to move your arm out. You shouldn't be doing this. Try to keep your forearm and your wrist aligned, so that like this is a straight line always. So if you have to do this, don't do this, do this. See how it's still a straight line? I'm flipping you off now. You get the idea. It shouldn't be like this, it should be like this. That's going to require some body movement as well. In and in, you're going to want to crouch. Like, if you're just doing, like, same octave, you can probably get away with not crouching, but, like, doing, like, an octave away, or, like, half an octave away, like, you're going to want to crouch. It's going to make a better sound quality, and, like, you don't have to, because, like, it's just awkward if you go like this with both arms. You're chicken winging. So to do that, you lower, and now you're no longer chicken winging. You're no longer chicken winging, you're down like this, and now it should be more level and better, right? Okay, how to change intervals. Steven's grip, you're going to want to push mainly with your pointer finger out, and then scrunch it in if you want to make a tighter interval. Burton, something to do with like your pointer finger. I don't know, I'm not an expert. Ask Pit Tech. Wow, okay, why am I even making these videos if I just say Ask Pit Tech? Just toy around with it, honestly. Yeah, okay. I'm not experienced enough with those two for me to, like, give a definite, like, explanation of how to do it. I'm sorry. Arm to wrist ratios of this. You can use a little bit of arm, right? Like I was talking about earlier, how you're gonna wanna, like, either, like, do this and raise your arm, or, like, do this and do this, right? You can probably do, like, this, this, and arm. Now it's all the way up here. I'm doing all three of them, see? Like, you can't do that if you need to play really loud. You shouldn't be doing this to play. You shouldn't be doing this to play. You shouldn't, yeah, here's a common thing. Tilting your mat down and playing like this. No, you look stupid. That's terrible sound quality. You're probably not even playing it center of the bar or through the bar. Don't do that. Get used to turning your wrist. Most of the power comes from turning your wrist. There is some power from your arm, right? And pizza slice for inners. Sell pizza. Also, angle. You should not be playing like this. No, you should not be playing like this. And then, like, I don't even know how that would work. It should be a slight angle. So like this is like fat, right? This is what we want. This is overcompensating by hella. This is like I don't even know how you're still alive. Like, how are your wrists not broken yet? This is what we want. And so basically, the mallet that's not playing. Let's say I'm trying to do inside hits, right? The outside mallet is like a little bit above my wrist or my fist, whatever. And then my playing mallet would be even higher than that. So, like this. The outside mallet should not be under the wrist. Because now your impact is like here on the mallet instead of the middle. This is where you want it. And you're also like, if it's a circle, which it is, if you swing a mallet, it's just making a circle. Right? That's all it is. This is like a quarter circle, right? If you're trying to make impact properly with the bars, you're going to want as like flat as possible. If you do it like this and hit here, now the mallet is going like this way. And that makes bad sound quality because now like some of the force is going into the bar, but some of it is still moving and trying to move the mallet like, yeah. It's going to bounce like weird and it's not going to give you good sound. You're going to want to play as flat as possible. Now you can mess with like, instead of playing flat, doing this and elevating yourself and doing like a roll here. If you do like a roll doing that, it will sound softer, and that is something that like solo marimba players do. So like if you see a pro doing that, don't be like, they're stupid. No, they're using it for an effect. I'm just saying generally, you're going to want to hit as fast as possible. And the normal interval for playing, like if I'm playing the inside or outside, it's going to be generally like around here or here, right? Like this is probably like the max. I don't even know why you play it like this normally, but like this is the max, this is the minimum, I guess. That's crappy minimum. This is like where you kind of want to be. So like a 5th or 4th. Yeah, okay, I'm bad. Okay, yeah, so 4th or 5th. It's currently like 8 o'clock, 8:10, the high school. So I should probably wrap things up. How to move around the board. You're gonna come across obviously times where you have to like play from here to here, or here to here, you know? So you have to move up and down the board, right? Or you're gonna wanna have to play here to here, so like. So you have to do that, but like fast, with 2 mallets, obviously. Instead of reaching over and being like, you know, like having to like calculate how much of your arm, just stand in front. Just walk down the board, or up the board and down the board. You can do this multiple ways. This is what I do. Okay. So, I'm saying, my leg is out. So I do this another way. That's how you're gonna want to move up and down the board. You not want to reach. Yeah. Same thing goes for octaves, like the warm-up octaves. Cut that out. You're gonna want to keep a safe frame and then just move your body. If you're staying like the same range, just do that. Other info. So when I have to play, like, I have to shift up to accidental, like sharp to flat. So like the same thing, the F major scale. Instead of doing this, which is a general habit of some people, I shift up. So don't go like that. Don't even go like that to do it. Just shift up. This should not change. So all I did was shift forward. And all I did was move my body. So it's just move body, shift. So like without playing, it's just faster. Like. Well, okay, like if I was looking, then yeah, but molar strokes. Molar strokes, you're doing a whip. It's not like raising your heights a little bit higher to do an accent, you're doing a whip. This helps with playing fast, because now instead of having to start the accent, like, okay, steps in doing a stroke, right? There's the up and down. So normally during normal accents, the part that makes it an accent happens during the upstroke. But now you can do it before the upstroke. So like if I'm playing the downstroke of the previous note, I can start the whip already for the next note. That's kind of the concept of the molar stroke. So like you can start earlier. A good way to practice this is actually like having something here and then like hitting it from the bottom with like a molar stroke, right? So like bang, bang, bang. I'm not good at molar strokes. I'm sorry. Okay, I want to go home. Dynamic heights. To play louder, do not increase the force. Increase the height. So that if everyone increases the height, we all like better together. And like if we did increase the force, then like we increase it differently because everyone's different, right? So at least if we have the same height, we have something in common. Versus like if we had like a height and then like we just like put more force into it, we can't like see how much force we're putting into the board comparatively. Like, you know, like this much or like this much. Like it doesn't work that way. So change the heights. Piano or pianissimo is like this height. Piano is like this height. Mezzo piano is like this height. Mezzo forte should be like 6 inches apparently. Is that true or not? I don't know. Let's just play with it. Forte should be like here. So once again, this is piano, or this is pianissimo, like right above it, honestly. Piano, mezzo piano, mezzo forte, forte, fortissimo, Hulk. Hardness of mallets. Here's a soft mallet. Just go down there. It makes like no noise of people there, okay? Here's a hard mallet. It makes noise up there. It makes me grimace because that does not sound good and I feel like I'm gonna kill the instrument. So, use hard mallets up here. Use soft mallets down here. Okay, so so School has two types of maroon mallets right now. Hard and soft. The soft one's this one. The hard one's this one. You can tell because this is a sphere and this is like a bullet shape, okay? The model numbers are IP102 Jim Cassetta for soft, and then IP103 Jim Cassetta for hard. But just tell by the shape, honestly. Birch. Oh no, I'm gonna break the mallet. Oh wait, it's not breaking. Yeah, so they're like floppy, okay? Birch, I'm gonna break it if I bend it. So, pros and cons. This has like a certain feel to it, you know? It also has shock absorption, because like it just bends, so, like that's just natural shock absorption, right? But some cons are like, you know, if you're insecure about like, oh no, it's flopping side to side, so now I can't play accurately. I mean, you can get used to it, but like, I certainly have that superstition, and I don't want that constantly bugging me while playing, so I'm gonna use birch. Also, another thing is that over time, these things start to bend, and that also creates superstition, and like, just like, if you turn them out while playing by accident, now like, your head is like here instead of here, sometimes, depending on the bend, you know, so, yeah, that kind of sucks. People don't like how it bends, so some choose rattan because they like the feel, and like shock absorption, they just play longer. Eventually, your hands just gonna start to hurt, or like just like it's gonna feel really uncomfortable to play and practice for a long period of time while using these, because these have less shock absorption than these. Moving on, rattan, pros and cons. Pros is like it's a more direct like feel to hitting the instrument, you know, because like there's the shock, it's not wobbly, right? And you don't have to worry about like being floppy and stuff, right? You feel like more direct, right? Cons, it snaps. And of course less shock absorption is pro and con, right? Oh, less shock absorption also means like this blister for Steven's grip might not be as bad, because yeah, there's a blister there, kinda, or like a callus, because you're holding it like this, right? It's like you're constantly like hitting it into the board. You're pushing into your finger. So that's not good, right? So it does give more shock absorption, so that one callus is gonna be like smaller or not as bad, but that's about it. I personally like birch because I'm insecure, and like for right now, the vibes have only rattan mallets and the marimbas have only birch mallets. Don't ask me why. That's not like an actual thing. Like vibraphones can use rattan, or vibraphones can use birch, and marimbas can use rattan all they want. Just for right now, for some reason, we have birch here and rattan there. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna do a demonstration. You're gonna tell me what's different. That was number one. Number two. Say it with me fast. What was the difference? Where the hell is my face? Yeah, that matters. You're not playing to the people here. There are no people here. You're playing to the audience who's over here. So you're gonna want to present yourself this way, not this way. Stop looking down. If you want to look down, use your eyeballs. Your eyeballs can go crazy, you know? Your head doesn't have to go crazy for your eyeballs to go crazy, and you can see. So look down if you have to, and try to present yourself up, especially to the box of judges in marching band. They're high. They're really high, so you have to like chin up. Actually though, this is something that like no one does. Chin up, okay? Like up. Not level. Level is acceptable. Barely. It should be like this, okay? At the very least, like that. Like, at the very least level. This is like getting somewhere. This is like good. You're not presenting yourself to the board or the ants on the ground. You're presenting yourself to the audience. Okay. So when you're playing, right? If you want to play faster, but keep the same dynamic, do not play at the same height. So let's say I'm playing like this, right? So my height is here. But if I had to do like double that, I should lower my height to like about here. So like here versus here. The main factor to create like different volume is velocity of the mallet. So when you're swinging a mallet, you're accelerating it, right? Because like gravity's acceleration. So that's the same thing, you're accelerating the mallet. So that means like with a higher height, you have more time to accelerate the mallet. Which means that in the end, when it hits the board, it has a higher velocity. That's what we want. So by having a small starting height, you don't have as much time to accelerate, so your velocity is going to be small. That's the concept. So that, yeah. Play softer, lower your heights. Playing louder, raise your heights. That's it. You don't have to hit harder. You should be hitting the same force. You should be using the same force. Okay? Okay. Okay. Doubles on mallets. Okay, so like, you know, dills, like on drums, right? Mallets, it's kind of awkward. So like, drums have a lot of bounce. Marimba, mallet instruments don't have a lot of bounce, okay? So what you don't want to do is do like a full stroke and like a tap. You don't want to focus on using your pointer finger and the thumb for the tap. And you don't want it to look like a full and tap, but it should sound like a full. It's 8:45. I need to get home. You should be trying to utilize the bounce of the board, because there's a little bit. It's not that much. You should still try to utilize it. To survive in pit, especially if you're on a mallet instrument, you're gonna need to know all 12 scales. You cannot get through pit and not know all 12 scales. There's too much that has to do with scales in pit for you to make it. Like, we got like at least 4 different warm-ups. 2 of them are like super basic and that we do every single day that require you to know all 12 scales. So, like, singles, octaves, green scales, and dirts. All 4 of those are like huge warm-ups for pit. So, you gotta know all 12 scales. If you're a freshman, you're on like Ox or something, take the time now to learn them. Okay? Like, you gotta have them down, like inside and out. It's so important. Just do it. Do it now, okay? Just do it now, okay? I know you're gonna be like, oh, I'm just doing it there. Now. Some other general tendencies while playing mallets, when we crescendo, like increase our dynamic, we tend to play louder. It's something like overcompensating for like, okay, now I have to like play with a higher height, so now I have to take more time, or like I'm gonna have to swing faster. And that's where it comes in, because now we're thinking faster, and now we have a higher starting velocity or higher acceleration, so now we're playing it louder. Don't do that. Or, no, now we're playing fast, yeah, okay, just, when we're crescendo, we tend to play faster, when we do crescendo, we tend to play slower. Another thing is that, my right hand is better than my left hand, because I'm right-handed. So, if you're left-handed, or right-handed, you're gonna probably play with your right or left. Your dominant hand is gonna do better. You're gonna play louder with your dominant hand. Try to keep that in mind, and do not like have a smaller height with your dominant hand. Just lower the force a little bit, because chances are you're putting a better and stronger force into your dominant hand. Yeah. Anything else? I need to go home. It's 8:50. I have to go poop. Like, I need to get home. Okay, I have to pack everything up still. I'm gonna be home by like 9:45. Yeah. Okay, this is the outro. I'll see you next time. Bye.